final video of the Zanussi Electrolux AQUACYCLE 1300 ZWC1300W compact washing machine. This is going to be doing a spin only, a fast spin at maximum spin speed of 1300 RPM, and I'm washing Florence Ballard A3060 on film. Let's load her up. Little baby Zanny, as most of you refer to this machine. Mighty baby though, because definitely packed with a lot of surprises. So we select all the way around, and spin speed maximum 1300 RPM. We go. Right. This is the machine doing the full 1300 spin. See how we go. I do know how to get in the service mode on this, but I'll only do that to rinse the machine out at the end with nothing in there. Start with a 450 RPM burst. We have a nice smooth spin. I love that high rise and then drop that down. Here we go. A little bit of an unbalanced one. She wants to put on a show, I see. $650. It's pretty unbalanced. Oh, you can see the back of the drum at least though. $850. $1,000 RPM. At least I can get all the water off the door still. found the ZWC1300W out there once to film. But I found the FC1200W, we're getting that to keep. Rattle that today. With a bit of a tremble. Flat. Flat middle. Moving slightly, yeah. So good to have one of these again to play with. She wanted a show for the last one. We'll see the anti-tangle for this last one. And far. And there's the door flashing. End of cycle. go. Oh, lovely and dry there. Because that does a good duration, that does. It smells nice too. Right guys, so that brings us to the end of this machine. Straight after this video is done recording, I'll take some photos and I will list this machine up for sale. Any collectors in London who want it, you're welcome to buy her. But I will be listing it for about a price of about 180. Reason being, these machines are very good profit. They are. I mean, they're brand new. They were 550, so about £20, £30 less than the Miele was brand new. And I obviously I paid a little bit for the PCB because it was the only one I could find available. So I like to sort of take it from that. So we'll be selling it for that, and but it's been cleaned out and everything. Just give the machine one final rinse on a service mode spin wash. Won't be filming that though. Just to rinse everything out and keep it ready. So I hope you've enjoyed this machine being on my channel, and I want to thank you all for your support as well and for the comments about this machine. It's nice to know now that I drive, I can freely go and pick up stuff nearby and not pay for a courier. Otherwise I would have had a bit of a loss on this machine, with a courier on top as well. And I've got something waiting out in the passageway, which you might have heard me mention in Indesit. I will show you what the next machine is going to be. Here's a quick flash. Because you'll see the driving video that I did to go and get that. So hopefully this brings around many more machines. Let me get in front of the camera. I'm in front of the camera now with the little Zanny. Yeah, I hope that this brings around many more good machines. Unfortunately, before I started driving, even before I even started doing lessons, we had some quite nice machines around the area, including a Maloney Service, I think it was an Easy Logic 7 kilogram 1300 spin. Shame I missed it. It was only £30, it was down the road. There was also a £75 silver Indesit Washer Dryer. There's been several things nearby that, you know, I missed out on, but now I've got my car, and we now know the car can take a full-size machine, just about. Yeah, that's what we want. We want that to be thing. We can even get tumble dryers. I'm looking at, I mean, I have been looking at getting a full-size dryer to sit on the balcony, but the trouble is, without any aid, I can't get the machine up the stairs at the moment, because my stairs, as you've seen, it has a very tight bend. I can't get a dryer up that. It will just go into the wall or come flying downstairs again. So maybe if Charlie ever comes here, we could do that. Because there's been an AEG Lavatherm heat pump, very similar to what Charlie's got, but fully white version. There's a Bosch heat condenser dryer nearby. So there's some good things. So yeah, and hopefully, I mean, when it comes to temporary machines, I tend to go for modern-ish machines because they've got better profit. I mean, don't get me wrong, if something like a Hotpoint WM turned up, like a 1000 model or something, I'd get it. But I'd have to make sure that like the price for it was quite cheap, because they don't really sell for too much. Particularly, like, say, if I found a 9.5 nearby, it'd more or less be something that I'd have to sell to a collector, but, you know, or trade. But I know that trading stuff isn't very sort of, it's not very suitable for me because of trading stuff and wanting certain things. We are closing in on 7,000 subscribers, much to my sort of dismay, because I haven't yet found anything for the special video. I was ideally looking for a washer dryer to add to the collection, or a washing machine, but ideally a washer dryer, because that's what I want most and what I kind of need with the dryers. I will try and get a photo of this with the Indesit. Don't know how quickly it'll sell. Stuff around here sometimes sells quick, but when the price goes up, people are a bit like, oh, no. That's why I've made sure this machine is perfectly working before considering that price. Machine works better than I expected. Considering this came out of a of a garage and has a bit of rust. Was spray painted. I sanded all that down. It's not perfect, but you know, it'll do for someone who's got like an RV or caravan or somewhere like that, or just a student maybe who doesn't have the space for a large washing machine. I mean, when you look at it in comparison to the Miele, it's a small size, but takes quite a lot for a 3 kilogram load. The drum is bigger than it actually shows because the drum it's got about that much depth around, so the drum's actually it's quite a big drum. It's the same size as the Indesit dryer, it is, despite the fact the newer ones say 4 kilogram. But I might even look at getting dishwashers to play with and sell on. I mean, of course, unfortunately with dishwashers I can't really film them. I can do ASMR with them and an overview, but like I'd need a GoPro for sort of like putting that in, and you know, they're quite expensive cameras. I am going to invest in getting a better dash cam. I'll get my dash cam working in my car and do proper videos that way rather than using the tripod, because that tends to fall over a lot. As we had today when I went to pick up the Indesit. It fell over, I had to pull up somewhere and sort it out. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what more machines we get. At the moment I'm doing it mainly for profit, just sort of help towards me trying to move out, but also keep the channel going, because at the end of the day it's opened up a whole new thing for me. You know, with these machines. I don't know whether I'll continue it when I move. I think when I move it's focusing on my collection. Now, I do still have that Siemens washer dryer, the IQ300, or the IQ300, but the bearings are shot on that. I've tried several attempts to sell that, including, I first put the machine up for 135, then I lowered the price down to, I think it was 110, then I lowered it to 95, then to 70, then to 60, now to 50, still nothing. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cannibalise the machine. I'm going to sell bit by bit parts that are useful and then scrap the rest of the machine. So I'm going to start selling the door, then we'll sell the drawer, PCB, motor, dryer fan, or dryer unit. I've even got a spare set of bearings for it that I picked up out of error. So I've got those as well selling, and we'll just see what we can do. These maybe might be able to make a bit on that. And then the rest of the drum itself is good, but I don't want to go to the extent of pulling that out. I'll sell the pump as well and the main module for the machine, and then that'll just be it. Everything else can go. Yeah, because that machine was nothing but trouble to me. It was a good machine to film, but it was an absolute nightmare in the end when it just started failing. What I think happened was the bearing seal failed on it. I think the drum, because the drum could push itself back, and at one point it pushed itself back too much, and it was rubbing on the seal while it went up to 1400 like that, and it was rubbing against the seal, so you know, it wasn't very good. It was just an absolute nightmare. I cut my hand open there, trying to get the belt back on. So yeah, it was all. I'll sell the dry belt as well probably. But yeah, this machine's going to get a good rinse now, and sort of power rinse, spin rinse, and then be taken for sale. I hope you guys have enjoyed having this machine. I look forward to what's coming next. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.